Hi guys, and before I start, I would like to say I recorded qualifying, but I couldn't really show it because there wasn't enough space on my device. Um, and yeah, that's the main reason why I couldn't upload yesterday. But anyways, here, on to round 7 of the championship, the halfway stage. We're here at Canada. Some drivers, notably Max Verstappen and George Russell, are on really good form, so let's see what they can do. Max Verstappen managed to get pole in the qualifying, but this race is going to be really interesting to see who can get the win. Charles Leclerc, though, really aggressive at the start, getting Max Verstappen. Hamilton's going to want to, take a bit of some as well. Side by side they go. Leclerc forces Verstappen wide. Leclerc has the lead. Will he finish the first lap in the lead though? Verstappen has much more speed. Verstappen pits. Leclerc stays out. He's the only driver to stay out because there has been forecasted rain. Just watch Leclerc on the mini-map. And watch the weather as well. Will Leclerc make it? I think if he can just make the hairpin, yeah, Leclerc should be fine. He should be fine. I think Leclerc, I think he will come out in the lead. But the undercut round here is really strong. Leclerc's pitted. It's going to be close. Leclerc's coming out. Leclerc! Has the undercut worked? No, it's not worked for Max Verstappen. But Verstappen's going to try around the outside. Verstappen gets Leclerc around the outside. What a move. Verstappen retakes the lead of the race. But Leclerc's going to want to have a look around the outside. No, he can't. Two future world champions. Leclerc round the... No, he can't. But he forces Verstappen into the wall of champions. This is really good racing. Another thing, I'd just like to shout out Alfa Romeo. They've also managed to get a new team manager, and that team manager so far is doing a really good job upgrading the car. Jack Aitken, P8, Yuri Vips, P10. But anyways, back to the battle for the lead. Verstappen is going to make a dive bomb down the inside. Max Verstappen has the lead for now. It looks like it's really hard to take, the Wall of Champions, the final chicane. I've just seen the top 4 drivers, struggle. Esteban Ocon doing a really good job there in P5. Slightly further down. Here's how the racing's going. Daniel Ricciardo in a really close battle with Lando Norris and Esteban Ocon. Ricciardo though is going to make the move. Is he going to try? No, he's not. But he has a second bite of the apple and gets Ocon there. But Ocon's not giving up there. Esteban Ocon's going to want to fight back. This is a really tricky chicane, and Ocon does go wide. Norris gets a position, but goes wide as well. Really good battling here in the... Oh, I don't know whether you call this midfield or not. But now it looks like the rain has stopped. Track is, damp. Max Verstappen has pitted. And comes out just in front of the battle for 5th. That's really what Racing Point would have wanted. Anyways, Lando Norris making the move on Ricciardo. Is he going to make it? Yes, he is. He is. Anyways, now we move to the front runners. Schwartzman back on the wet. Leclerc back on the wet. So it's too wet to go on the dry tires. Max Verstappen now. He retains his P2. But this is interesting, seeing Yuri Vips and Jack Aitken battle with other drivers, That's nice. That's nice to see. Battling for some, serious points as well. Lando Norris on Esteban Ocon. Has he got the car to slow it down? No, he hasn't. Daniel Ricciardo's going to want some, but no, can't get any. At the front, though, Charles Leclerc. Just controlling his speed, you know. The first two drivers, Charles Leclerc and Max Verstappen, in a Ferrari and Racing Point. The last two drivers are also in a Ferrari and Racing Point of Guan Yu Zhou and Robert Schwartzman, but they're battling for 19th and 20th. How experience and drivers change and vary. However, this is not going to be, ideal for Leclerc. Obviously, Guan Yu Zhou, he does not want Leclerc to get past him. He's going to try to hold him up for as long as possible, but no, has to let him go. Giovinazzi not having the best of weekends. However, Daniel Ricciardo is the first driver to pit on the dries. I think it's dry enough for the dry tyres now. Surely he's going to get the undercut done on Lando Norris and Esteban Ocon. But the question is now, surely, do you go on the soft tyres or do you go on the hards? That's the real question. Anyways, Ocon and Norris are in. It's going to be interesting. Ricciardo undercuts himself massively. As does Mick Schumacher. However, keep this at the back of your head. 1 lap longer tyres. So it may get a bit spicy towards the end of the race. In the midfield, I guess you could say. The front runners are really, never mind what I was going to say, because Max Verstappen's made the overtake for first. But Leclerc gets it back. Before Max Verstappen went for the move, I was going to say the front runners are really spread out. But of course I was incorrect. Even Lewis Hamilton's gaining. Where's George Russell? Further back, I'm guessing. But Verstappen's going to try to get him now. Verstappen on Leclerc. He makes the move. And even gets a slow down. But Leclerc down the inside. He's got him. They do have some back markers of Valtteri Bottas and Nick De Vries to clear. It's going to be tight though. These last couple of laps are going to be so tight. Bottas gets lapped. Since Racing Point brought in those upgrades, Max Verstappen honestly has looked like a formidable driver to race against. Saying that though, it's not over, and rain is forecasted for the final lap. Whether it will come, we don't know. Fernando Alonso pits. Some drivers are pitting for a 4th time for the wet tyres. Honestly, in my opinion, I feel like there's no point. However, only time will tell. Max Verstappen though, he managed to bag in pole position. A really good lap, And it looks like if he can just, not get budged off by the back markers. It looks like he may be taking this race win. However, further down, it looks like Lewis Hamilton's managed to make the move on Charles Leclerc. That's massive in the context of the championship. Obviously, Leclerc is hunting Lewis Hamilton in the championship as Max Verstappen gets yet another race victory. Max Verstappen wins here in Montreal. Lewis Hamilton P2, Charles Leclerc P3, P4 George Russell, honestly he was in a league of his own. Lando Norris, it looks like P5 is going to be his. Mick Schumacher P6, P7 Daniel Ricciardo, P8 Esteban Ocon, P9 Yuki Tsunoda, P10 Lance Stroll, P11 Pierre Gasly, P12 career best for Yuri Vips, P13 Fernando Alonso. Just needs to find some consistency, although there are rumours of him potentially retiring. P14 Nick De Vries, P15 Valtteri Bottas, P16 Jack Aitken, P17 Antonio Giovinazzi, not the best weekend for him. P18 Nicholas Latifi, not the best from him either. P19 Guan Yu Zhou, and P20 last but not least Robert Schwartzman. He really needs to adjust to that car. Drivers wise, it looks like this. Lewis Hamilton just, increasing his gap slightly. But George Russell and Max Verstappen now breathing down the neck of Charles Leclerc. Lando Norris, I think 5th place, that's where he could be finishing the season. Unless Ricciardo and Red Bull can do a madness. Both Williams, I think they're in the safe zone. Same as Haas. Pierre Gasly and Esteban Ocon in the Mercedes, I think this really does show their pace, P11 and 14. As I said, Alonso just needs to find some consistency. Robert Schwartzman just needs to adapt to the car, really. And Guan Yu Zhou, I'm sure those upgrades, I'm sure he'll get used to them. Constructors wise, here how he looks. AlphaTauri just, growing that gap a little bit. 37 points is the difference. Renault 2nd, McLaren 3rd, 190 points for them. 4th is Ferrari on 182. 5th, Racing Point on 163. Most of those points, all of the points, except 7 of them being Max Verstappen's. Williams with 155, same as Red Bull. They're on 155 as well. Haas on 136, with Mercedes 118 and Alfa Romeo getting some good points, 29. Thank you for joining me here at Canada. Next race will be at the Circuit of Americas, as we now enter the second half of the season. Thank you for joining me, and can't wait to see you next time. Goodbye.